been dealt with. It's Tilly. It's 3-0.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Dons TV for the last time of 2023 as we take on Colchester United in League 2 here this evening. Joined to my right by Stuart Deakins. Coming up on the show we're going to have Craig Cope, our Head of Football Operations, around 7:20.
Yep.
And we've also got some of our best bits from the year, looking at interviews and obviously games and goals as well. I think we're about to jump.
Yeah, I was just bopping along to music.
Having a great time.
I have no idea what it is, but oh, okay. Spike knows what it is. I'm just bopping along, but yeah, it should be good. We're going to review 2023.
There we go.
Let you go now, but before we do, I just want to mention we had a nice little photo of you as we were loading, provided to broadcast with you in your playing kit from your playing days with us. Now, George might just remember you playing for us.
No, I'm afraid I don't.
No.
It's a bit before my time. Only a couple of years, but not quite.
Tom, any
recollections?
No? Anything you want to admit to?
I was 2 years old.
Okay.
Trust me, it wasn't very memorable.
Oh no.
Playing side was not very memorable. We got better, a little bit more memorable when we went into the coaching aspect. So you never miss much.
Oh, I tell you, those days, those CCL days, no, very memorable, great days, very great days. But no, Simon, thank you very much for taking time to speak to us. Enjoy the game today.
Yeah, thank you.
And before you come on, because we have to settle it. You have to settle this once and for all for us on the podcast. Because I have been told many different pronunciations of your surname. Can you set it straight for the record? Is it Biller, Byler? How do we pronounce it?
It's just Biller.
Biller.
Yeah,
there we go. So we have to sort of think it's got two L's in it. Right, so Biller. The same Biller has joined us.
I just want to ask. So obviously, Huss plays right back. I'm sure everyone knows. Before the game, are you looking at the left winger? Do you like do your research because you want to know? You've had every left winger on the locks, in your back pocket for 90 minutes. So I was just wondering, do you like before the game? Are you doing analysis about where they go, or do you just sort of trust?
No, funny enough. What's it called? I never check up on the other winger or my opponent. We always do a bit of a review the day before the game, and I kind of see a little bit about how they play, but it's just my natural play is to always get tight to my winger and to stop crosses, to stop him from getting space, turning, driving at me. So I feel like that's just helped a lot. No matter who I come across.
We've got welcome.
Oh yeah.
Welcome. We're professional now. We've got mics.
Yeah, of course.
Believe it or not. So we're joined by Steph Mann, Hannah Bingham, and Lauren Allen. How are you?
Doing good, thank you. Yeah, good, enjoying the day.
It's not that cold out there, is it? Look where you.
We wrapped up for winter.
I was going to say, it's not too bad now. The spring's coming now, isn't it? And stuff like that. How are you enjoying your day? So obviously, women at the game, which is the club are doing today. How's that mean, obviously, for women's football and stuff? How's that in terms of? I know you're going out later, but Hannah.
Yeah, so it's been brilliant. Yeah, we've actually had a women's installation shown to us today, the first one in the stadium, which is brilliant. A few women and girls have come down to meet the women's team who are here. So it's been a nice day so far.
Yeah, that's really good. And I see, obviously, you've got on there for more than 100 appearances now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about 129 now, I think.
Crikey, that's a lot, isn't it? Lauren, how are you? Obviously, I see you around the Phoenix and stuff like that.
Always here.
So when I was told who was coming up, I was like, oh, I'm in trouble now.
I'll behave, I promise.
How's it mean for you? Obviously, women's football's taken off massively now, especially at Wimbledon. Obviously, you played here a few times. What does it mean to be part of today?
Yeah, no, I think it's a massive thing to be part of today. What the club's doing going forward and the pushing that we're doing to get more women into sport and down to the ground. It's fantastic. Not only are we doing it for the men's, but we're also doing it for the women's games as well. And I think as a whole club, just in general, that we're pushing it in the right direction, and hopefully we can get the percentage up.
Brilliant. Sorry, George is trying to confuse me by doing sorry. George, I cannot do two things at once on that. Steph, welcome. first time here. So the women's game obviously doing really well, and also the Wimbledon first team are doing very well. Wimbledon, top of the league.
Well, we're not anymore.
Okay, that's my research gone completely.
We had a game in hand, and I think Hashtag played last night or the night before. So
did they really? I can't believe I've done my research in.
It'd be close. It'd be very close to the end of the season.
And you beat them recently as well.
Yeah, it was an amazing game. It was a 4-0 victory away from home. Played very, very well. They might say there was a lot of wind, but wind or no wind, the team are phenomenal, and everyone put a solid shift.
Especially when, before Tuesday night, we were not in the greatest of form and everything. How frustrating is it when I guess you just want to get out there and sort of help the team as much as you can, especially with a bad patch?
Yeah, after playing as much football this season as what I have, as a player, that's your dream, to just play it week in, week out. Do you know what I mean? And obviously, watching the lads is good, but you want to be out there on the pitch. Do you know? It's frustrating for me watching when I want to be playing. So just want to try and come back.
Yeah, hopefully on the road to recovery, as you say. So we'll see you back in a couple of weeks. You talked about the number of games you've played. We're actually going to look at your stats. We're going to get them up on the screen now and have a little video of some of, if not all of your goals this season, actually. So 43 games, 40 starts this season, which is an incredible effort. 10 goals. And Stu has done this video, and he's got very arty with the transitions there.
There we go, look at all this. Sliding in the fixtures and all things like that. One question I've got for you, Josh, just for those young strikers out there, what goes through your mind as you kind of bear down on goal, when the ball's over the top? If you can kind of recall the process that goes through your mind?
When you're through on goal, it's more about keeping composure. Like, in training, you get your shots on goal every day, do you know what I mean? More than 10 times probably, so just in that moment, don't let it get to you. Keep your composure and pick your spot.
Yeah.
That's it, really.
Nice.
Yeah, you see you link up there, 2 goals got you off the mark at Mansfield back in August. Nathan Young-Coombs, I think you were linking up with there at the time. Is it something you prefer to have when you get the opportunity to play alongside with someone 2 up front? You're playing a lot this season, I know, as sort of the lone striker. Do you have a preference?
Yeah, well, to be fair, both worked quite well, because when I was with Coombsy, he played close to me, and I think we're quite similar in the aspect we're unselfish strikers. And 100%. When I was scoring, he was assisting. When he was scoring, I was assisting. But then when I played as a lone, I had Ayub who'd like to roll in anyway.
Okay.
So he played quite close to me as well, and we had a good thing going as well. So I had 2 good players to play with, to be honest. So
yeah, absolutely.
Going forwards.
Completely forgotten about Ayub. Blimey, how did I forget that? Yes, of course. So we there see goals against Colchester, winning us. I think Stu's. Is this Colchester? Yeah, you got double against Colchester, wasn't it? So you had the penalty. Which was the winner, I think, and this was the equaliser at the time.
You scored 4 goals in about 3 games, in league games, wasn't it? In 2 games against Colchester and Mansfield.
Yeah.
So I remember, I think it was the 2 games that I'd missed this season. And I remember having an eye follow one for the Mansfield game, and hearing you get a brace, I was like, well, I might have to stay away for a couple of weeks. Yeah, this one was. This is your last time out against Rochdale.
Yeah, I like that one.
Josh, what has been your favourite goal this season? It's got to be Harrogate for me personally.
Harrogate.
Yeah.
Harrogate's my favourite goal.
Yeah.
This one here, I think. Oh, is it? Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
I just think. The ball from Tans, touch.
What a touch!
On the left swinger. There we go. Yeah, winner as well. There's no, as a striker. It's the best feeling scoring a winner.
What was it like out on the pitch, having the stadium just erupt?
Yeah, it was loud, and just even me, there was no celebration for it at all. It was literally just run whatever come into my head, do it.
The Harrogate game, I think that winning goal was probably the loudest roar I've heard at Plough Lane this season, if I'm being honest with you.
It was
much
loud.
Needed. But it's interesting, we've seen as if a few different types of goals there. I know Tom was asking you about before what goes through your head. Sometimes when you get a chance, we saw Mansfield and Rochdale, where you've got a bit of time to think. Is that sometimes hard for you, or you're more instinctive, like we saw with Harrogate and Rochdale certainly seem to be more instinctive sort of finishes?
Yeah, I think quite a lot of my goals this season have been instinctive. I've not had many one-on-one kind of long runs opportunities like that. The only one I can kind of recall was kind of Crawley, where I should have probably buried it, but that's probably the only one-on-one. So I think instinctive, that's just contact. It's focusing on your technical ability. You can't pick a spot, it's quick snap of your finger, and if you miss the chance, it's gone.
Do you prefer it that way, where it's just instinctive rather than having too much time to think? Like if you're through on goal and you start thinking, oh, should I dink the keeper? Should I go around him? Is it just easier as a striker to be?
I think I like a bit of both, to be honest. Like I watch Harry Kane quite a lot, and he's a striker I kind of try to like base off. And the way he's through on goal and stuff, just picks a spot, puts it there. It's kind of like a pass, a firm pass a lot of the time. So I think I'd enjoy both, to be honest. So.
A goal's a goal at the end of the day.
That's it. A goal's a goal. No matter how it comes, I love my tap-ins as well. Don't get me wrong. I'll take them every day of the week. Won't complain. So.
You rejoined us this summer after a spell with us back in 2013, so almost 10 years ago now. As we mentioned, obviously the training ground's very similar, but the pitch you play on is remarkably different. How's that been? Have you found coming back?
Listen, as soon as I walked through the gates here, it was literally breathtaking. It was unbelievable to see the way the club's progressed. With that sort of stuff has been literally, I'm speechless. When you look out there, the stadium it's a pleasure to play on it. It's a pleasure to play in front of the fans, and obviously getting 8,000-9,000 it helps a lot, and it's something that definitely, when the opportunity come, it was something I wanted to get my teeth stuck into, and I was more than happy to come back.
Because you mentioned there about the Leyton Orient performance and that being a proper Wimbledon performance. What was it about Wimbledon? What attracted you to Wimbledon in the first place back then? Back under Neil Ardley, it would have been at the time.
Well, the history, obviously, you can go up and down the country, and every footballing fan will know the history of Wimbledon, and it's a remarkable story. And at the time, I wanted to be part of that. There was an opportunity for me to leave Hereford to come to Wimbledon the first time. And although I joined when we were in a relegation zone, and it was all literally about staying up, and obviously we managed to do it on the last day. It was absolutely fantastic.
Was that the Jack Mason penalty?
It was, yeah.
I think I did end up on the pitch. Give me a stadium man, but
it was unbelievable memories, unbelievable. And then obviously I left for one reason or another, Neil Ardley. No, but I left, and then obviously the opportunity to come back. That was great, and I took it with both arms, yeah.
And look, you joined us in the summer of last season. What kind of brought you to the club, and was it an ethos that maybe Johnny Jackson set out, or was it all things about the club?
Yeah, well, it was actually a very funny story, because I got in contact with the manager, and we were both away on holiday in Spain at the time, and we were talking on the phone, and he said to me, whereabouts are you in Spain? And I told him the area that I was in, and he said, I'm actually 15 minutes from there. I'll meet you for a coffee tomorrow morning. And literally the rest is history, as they say. We met, we near enough sorted the deal out there and then, and it was done, near enough done. So yeah, it was kind of, almost fate that we were in the same country on holiday at the same time. But I also wanted to get back to my playing. I wanted to get back to playing football, playing regular football, because my last year at Millwall I didn't play as many games as I wanted to. Yeah. So, and I wanted to get back to playing regular football, and also I wanted to achieve something. I know that I'm coming towards the back end of my career, and I wanted to go somewhere where there was a clear vision and a clear sort of plan, where I could really get my teeth into a project, and if I could help achieve a promotion towards the end of my career, that was what I was really intrigued about, and I was hopeful of doing. And obviously this season it's been frustrating on the whole, but I think we were in a good spot at certain times of the season earlier on, but obviously certain things have happened to our squad that have impacted that. So, but yeah, I mean that's the reason why I wanted to come to this football club.
Wednesday evening, our first home win in the League Cup since the year 2000. But anyway, we are now joined.
It's been a good run.
It's been a great run. As you can see, we're now joined by John Green. John, thank you very much for joining us.
Oh, it's always great to be with you.
For the first time this season that you're here, obviously, for our first home league game of the season. When did you fly in? Have you just come in straight from the plane?
No, I've had a major innovation. I arrived last night and got a full night's sleep, which is why I'm in such good spirits.
No jet lag?
No jet lag. I feel great. My dad's with me. It's his first time at Plough Lane. He saw us at Kings Meadow a few times, but hasn't traveled much since the pandemic, so it's been awesome to see him see this place for the first time.
Yeah, and what a game to come to. Full house at Plough Lane we're expecting today. Going to be a fantastic atmosphere. Big game. And I assume you watched the game on Wednesday evening, or Were you able to? Yeah, were you able to watch the game on Wednesday?
I
actually?
wasn't
No,
able to. I was only able to listen to the game.
Yes, of course.
But I listened to it like it was 1932 on the radio. Part of the time I was in the bath, actually, not to be too revealing. And I always get in the bath when we start losing as a way of calming myself. And oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Those last 5 minutes. That was the Wimbledon that I fell in love with.
I'm joined by Armani Little, Don's midfielder. Armani, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
No worries at all. And look, you're out injured, obviously, the Forest Green game. How's your injury coming along? How are you doing?
Yeah, no, really good. Obviously, I've been rehabbing and started running lightly at the end of last week, and then next week on Monday it's going to be ramped up a bit, and then I shouldn't be too far off training, so all good.
Fantastic stuff getting you back. So the plan, a couple of weeks, then getting back out on the grass and hopefully back with the boys?
Yeah, it'll probably be another week or 5 days with the SLC, CMAC, and then back in with the boys training, and then ready to play games.
There we go. There was a roundup of 2023. You'll notice on screen we're now been joined by Reese. Welcome, Reese.
Hello.
Good evening. And of course we've got Stu as well.
I'm going to try and move so my head blocks out the floodlight.
I think what we'll do is we will jump into some team news as the teams have been released for today's fixture against Colchester United. There we go. Alex Bass in goal with Huss Byler, Joe Lewis, Ryan Johnson, Jack Curry across the back. Jake Reeves and Armani Little occupying midfield with Conor Lemonhay Evans, Omar Bugil, Ali Al-Hamadi and Josh Davison up front, which I'm assuming will be. I think you've got a graphic where we've predicted it.
I'm not too sure. I've put Davison out wide right, only because I'm thinking it's a difficult one, isn't it? How we're going to play.
I think he played their last game for a little bit, I believe, when he came on.
Yeah, Ali seemed to drift wide also, so it might be quite fluid up front. I'm guessing. But there you go. Then the bench as well: Nick Zanev, Lee Brown, Alex Pearce, James Ball, Harry Pell, James Tilley, and Josh Nerfill. Strong, very very strong. And there we go. There's Stu's attempt at guessing where everyone's playing.
But I think you're spot on. They are fluid. They can move around, can't they?
I'm going to be. I think it might be a 4-3-3 because we switched to that against Notts County and against Sutton. With Armani Little on the right, Connor on the left, and then Jake Reeves just in the middle, with Bugil through the middle, and then Ali and Josh.
The only reason I leave Bugil there because sometimes you play up top with Ali, and sometimes you drop in.
I think he sort of floats around the middle a little bit,
depending on how we're going. But
I'm quite liking Conor Lemonhay Evans at left in the mid. I think he offers a lot, especially sort of pushing forward. He's very very dangerous when he gets on with his fullback.
Yep.
Reece, what are your sort of key takeaways there from our team today, and what are you looking forward to?
Obviously, we have Lewis back, which I think is absolutely brilliant. I think we really missed him on the loss against Sutton. I think was it Smith up top? Was it Smith there up top?
Smith, yeah.
Yeah, he was.
And Lee Angle as well.
I think if Lewis was playing, he would have been able to cope with him definitely throughout the game. So it's great to see him back. Johnson and Lewis work so well together, in my opinion, and perfect lineup in my eyes.
Absolutely.
Maybe.
Do you know what? It's a really. I don't want to say it picks itself, but if you look at probably our last lot of games, I would say a good 89% have been that team, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? We sort of switched around with Davison, Tilley, Nerville. So
it's nice that we've had the opportunities to be able to have a team that picks itself, but also have options to come in.
Yeah.
Like you look at that bench, and pretty much everyone starts and isn't
strong.
A great drop in quality. Absolutely.
Strong bench. Strong bench.
Squad depth's really good this year.
And it's exciting. You look at sort of any position there, and we've got someone that can step up and do a really good job and really help out the team. So it's not something we've had in recent years.
I know we always.
I
was going to say, I know we lost track of days. So today's Friday, and we have a game on Monday.
Yes.
So it's very, it's quick turnaround, isn't it? And then we have a game against Ipswich. So games are coming thick and fast.
Yes, but we're getting to the end of sort of a very busy December period. So you think. How many games? I think it was 8 across December. We've got through 7 of those now, with obviously today being the last one.
Yep.
Before obviously New Year's Day against Forest Green away.
And then we have Oxford, I believe. Was that the
Oxford?
What a good time. We can have a look at our next lot of fixtures.
Yeah. We can. There we
it's
go.
almost as if we are seamlessly going into this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Here
we go.
Alex Bass pointing just to the...
I don't know what he's just pointing to the sky.
And we're also going into this period without a lot of injuries as well.
Yeah, it's nice. This time last year.
Touch wood anyway. Touch wood.
But there we go. There's our next 5. Sort of League 2 fixture against Forest Green away on New Year's Day, starting the New Year's off hopefully with 3 points. As always, probably going to be the aim. And then obviously welcome high-flying Ipswich to Plough Lane, which will be really exciting. Bristol Street Motors 3 days after that. with Oxford United. Then we're back into League 2 action with Wrexham, off to Wales, and then home against Crawley, which are they're all quite tough games.
They are. And just to say, on the post-match show, we weren't too sure if I got the timing wrong, because the Bristol Street Trophy has been a 7 o'clock kickoff. I did check; it is a 7:45.
We've gone back to normal.
You know, you're looking and thinking, have I got the times wrong there? Because we were laughing because we're playing at so many different times. Obviously at 12:30.
Yeah.
But you know what's interesting? Crawley at the end of the month, it's a real quick turnaround, isn't it?
Yeah.
With that side of it. But Forest Green, hopefully, will be really tired. Obviously, hopefully they've refuelled correctly. I never get tired of those, do we?
Yeah. January's going to be a really tough test in my eyes. I think the squad, we're going to see how good we are in the next couple of months. Obviously, we beat Coventry earlier on in the season, playing another championship side. It'll be interesting to see how we do. And then playing high-flying Wrexham a week after that.
Yeah. Kieran McKenna's got Ipswich playing some really, really good football as well, 100%. Which is always slightly concerning when the team coming to play against you. Spike, this is a real challenge here. Do you have the Colchester team by any chance?
No, because I haven't done it for him.
Oh, there we go.
We can have a look at our phones, though, of course.
Yeah, we'll have a look and get that up for you guys. There we go. Any sort of names?
We'll look at our phones now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, sort of no noticeable, I think, anyone that really stands out apart from Joe Taylor up front.
Yeah, so Taylor up top is.
Got 10
I thought
goals.
I was really impressed with him when he comes. Oh no, Nick's joined us as well. That's good. Means I can move. Should we go through? I'll tell you what we do. We're going to go 2023, aren't we? So should we go through? So we've selected 4 games.
Yes.
To review, and because none of you lot picked anything from the first part of 2023, I thought I would. So I picked Stockport. So yeah, I thought we'd go through. And reminisce. And also, Ryan Johnson was playing for Stockport.
He was, yeah. Right, there we go. Jump into that. No, there we go.
There is music over this as well. I put some really groovy music. I got really carried away with the Christmas music, but we can talk over this.
Your editing.
You know me. Oh dear.
Was this Pell scored in this game? I believe it was.
Yes, it was. Good memory. And this, of course, was a dodgy penalty. Do you remember?
Yes, I do remember it very well.
Like, I would see, it's a terrible penalty, isn't it? When you look back at it now, it was. Alex Pearce thinks he's just like the referees. What have you done? So, Colchester seem quite up for this today, don't they? So yes, obviously Ryan Johnson was playing for Stockport on this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Nick's done a penalty save there as well.
Yeah, and yeah, it's interesting. We look back, isn't it? It's only this was what beginning. I forgot what month this was. This was probably January, was it?
Yeah, yeah.
That's a good hit from Josh Davison there. Josh Davison, I can never tell his haircuts.
That was Josh Davison.
Josh has had so many haircuts over two. We should have done that. Should have done Josh haircuts over 2023. But of course, this was only one of our 2 wins.
It's a great header as well. Like, I mean, he's a tall bloke, but he gets himself there for a while and really directs his header really well.
Yeah, so that was the first one of 2003. Like I say, there wasn't many to pick from, let's be fair.
Yeah, it was a tough ender last year. Obviously, we had a really, really strong start to the year and playing some good football. And I think it was, the 2 Sutton games last year that bookended our season, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's Byler.
Obviously, a disappointing loss to them at their place, and then So I know it's a loss here that we sort of
look at the timing.
Really good timing. There we go.
We have Craig Coates just joined us. We've been covering time. We've been reviewing the 2023. No, not yet. Yeah, so we're going to Craig Coates join us in a bit. If we do some team news, and then I'm going to let Craig join in.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
We're going to look at some team news.
Some team news up again, and then we'll welcome Craig Cope onto Don's TV. Yeah, jump on. Here we go. Joined now by our head of football operations, Craig Cope. Welcome, Craig. Welcome to the show.
All right, can we start later?
Yeah, absolutely.
Are we live?
Yes,
we are.
Cool.
Here we go. Welcome. How are you?
Yeah, all good.
Fantastic. With the big question around the corner, the January transfer window.
Yeah.
How exciting is that for you in your role and looking to what is probably a very, very busy period?
I don't think exciting's the word I'll use.
Very tough.
Yeah. No, I think we did so well in the summer, recruiting good players, obviously.
Definitely.
With some really good people as well. And the task with myself, Johnny, and the team are going to have is keeping that group together, and that's our main priority this January.
Absolutely. You mentioned there, quite importantly, we've spoken about it so many times on the show, the personality aspect.
Yeah.
How important is that for when you're bringing a player in, sort of looking at how they'll gel with the squad? And the team this year seemed to be fighting for each other as well as the manager, and that's really important, isn't it?
Well, no, the one thing we did is when we all got together, me, Johnny, Terry, the board, everyone got together and said, we need to try and put a team on the pitch. It's going to be everyone can associate themselves with. So playing ability, yes. This, yes. There's loads of good players out. We had to go and get good characters. So I think every player we brought in, bar one or two, we met.
Yeah.
Johnny met, had a chat. Terry, and we all had a chat. And this is the right character we're trying to bring in, and we do that. And I think then we set a target to lads to try and achieve X amount of community appearances this season, which is something not done before. And I thought it was really good we try and bring everyone on board this journey with us. And now I think we're in the stadium and the lads are playing now, and I couldn't compare it to the back end of last season. I feel like we're all together now and everyone's trying to be a part of it. So the personalities have been massive towards trying to drive that with everyone.
I also wanted to touch on that. Like, we've brought in players which have already played with each other before.
Yeah.
Like, we have Ryan Johnson, Joe Lewis, Armani Little, Connor Evans. They've all played each other. So when they're coming into the squad, they already know faces, and I think that's really important as well. Is that something you look on, or?
I think it's fell in like that. I mean, obviously I've got a friend at Stockport.
Yeah.
Everyone keeps saying but no, it's obviously been that way. But the players that we've brought in have played at the level for a number of years now. Yeah. So I don't think James Ball and Ryan Johnson have played together, unless I'm missing something. But they're quite close. They know each other just from the circuit. Obviously the I call them three Torquay lads. Marnie, Connor and Lucy. They all played together at Torquay. But you bump into them all the time, but that's one thing we never had last year, was a team that had played at the level. So we tried to, one thing we were all big on in the summer was trying to get that, trying to put a League Two team on the pitch.
Was it a conscious decision to bring in players that have been around the Football League and get those appearances up?
100%. We know we've got to sell players. We know we're a low budget club, and this is fantastic and everything, and we're continuing the journey now. And to continue the journey, we need to sell players and move players on. And we've got enough assets in the squad at the moment, so the summer was very much can we put a League Two squad together? So that's we concentrate more on that than going to sign through.
You've done a very good job.
Yeah, same.
Touch wood today. Touch wood. Some wood there.
You mentioned that the summer window. Yeah. We brought so many players in so early. Was that again a conscious decision to get players through the door and get them training before, obviously heading off to Benidorm for a weekend?
Yeah. So when it was just logical. We just, like I say, everything in recruitment we do together. Everything we do as a team we do together is because that's the way we're going to be successful as Wimbledon. So we all sat down and we all went, we've got to have X amount of players in before this date, so Johnny and Terry can deliver the style of play we've all agreed on for this season and how we're going to deploy Wimbledon going forward. So I think you can see historically, if you've had a full pre-season with the team, they're more in tune.
Very true.
You might sign better players later on, or it don't matter. But having that time was so crucial. And Benidorm, I won't take away how crucial Benidorm was. Obviously it's funny, it's Benidorm, but
it made everyone together.
Yeah, togetherness. I think the fans as well. Like, you see so many stories and so many people, pictures and stuff, having a great time out there, and I think it helped people really gel with the squad and really get on the level with them.
And that's one thing I felt we need, especially I said in the lounge up there. Then the fans formed at the end of the season. I felt there was a bit of a disconnect between the team, not the club, because the club is the fans, but the team and the fans. And we all felt that, and myself, Johnny, and the staff we work with, we've been really passionate on trying to turn that round, and I think we're getting somewhere with that now. I don't think we've finished. Let's not think we've finished the article. Obviously, Boxing Day was disappointing, but we're on this really good journey at the moment, and we're just trying to see where we end up.
It really feels like a great journey as well, because you see the players after Crawley running off dancing with the fans and stuff.
They're brilliant.
It was brilliant.
I think 95% people turn up. That's what they want. They want a team that want to play for the fans, and there seems to be this really, really good feeling amongst the team. And I think a team that plays well together is better than almost having individuals that might be better on paper, but a team that plays well together is sort of what you want. And sort of just looking to now, you've been in the job now for a year. You announced last January. How have you found it? So what have been your ups and downs? Has there been any sort of real things that have stood out for you?
It's been so quick. I think we've done so much. It's been so quick, but I really enjoy it. I actually like the area a lot better than I thought I was going to do. Obviously, growing up in the Midlands, and you can see my accent. I've got a bit of a cold, so you can hear my accent coming up a bit more now. But growing up in the Midlands, I didn't think I'd enjoy London that much, but I'm enjoying South West London. My girlfriend comes down quite a lot. She's here now. So I'm enjoying that. I enjoy that we're all part of something, and when I see you guys walking about, or see Stu or whatever, or see anyone around here, we're all part of something, and we're all trying to achieve the same thing together. True. And that makes it all worthwhile. So what we've got to do is we've just got to... Sorry, my job is while everyone else is enjoying it and keep going. My job and Johnny's job and everyone else is to make sure we keep eking that progress up.
Absolutely.
So we're just on the right track rather than keep falling down. So that's our main job now, and as we go into this window.
Well, the fans' connection's been massively important. Obviously, over the summer we saw the re-transformation of the training ground and getting the fans involved. How important was that for you? Because that's a bit of a project
massive.
for yourself. And how much did you enjoy that?
It's massive. So obviously we know a quick win for us was turning the training ground around.
Yeah.
It's not amazing, but it's ours. It's ours. So we completely changed. We changed the colour of the walls. I wanted to change all the little details and make it aesthetically pleasing. The lads go, fresh now.
Yeah.
Everything that's happened's gone. New start, challenges now, how do we do it again next summer? Which we will do, we will get fans in to help again, but like the people coming down to help with that, announcing Omar with the...
that was really good.
It was very good, and everything we do, we've asked the fans for help, they've helped, and vice versa, so...
Perfect.
Always good. Picking Wimbledon, obviously joining us from Solihull, you know, was there anything that you looked at apart from obviously the story and stuff? Is anything that really pulled you in?
I don't think I picked Wimbledon. I think they picked me. I don't think anyone else would have me. I'll be honest with you. I'm a bit of a footy nerd, so I love the story. I love the culture. And this place is amazing. But the thing that really hooked me in was. I thought I did an okay job at Solihull. It's a bit of a start-up club. It was trying to go. We did really well to get in the playoffs 2 years out of 4. We sold some players on and thought, it'd be really good to do that at a club with a massive fan base. And I just thought that the club's eking downwards on the season to season. I thought if we can go in there and flip it and try and get it shooting back up, what a thing to have in your life, not on your CV, in your life, to say you helped turn a massive club like this back in the right direction.
Absolutely.
So that was the thing that really did it for me.
And I think we can
it's all
see
making
already.
me really happy listening to this.
We get a lump in my throat soon.
Emily, listen to this. I'm making them happy. I don't make them happy that often, so.
Well, there's been a lot of joy this season.
Yeah, exactly.
We've got to carry it on though. We've had good halves of season.
Absolutely.
I want to have a good season.
Yeah.
And then we'll see how it takes us.
And come back in May, and sort of hopefully that joy will still be there. I'm sure it will. With the performances on the pitch this season have been fantastic, and just looking again at sort of our style, and we've really been able to change sort of the style of play this season whilst in games. Is that again something you guys are conscious of when you're looking at players that can adapt and play?
The coaches have been brilliant this year. I think they've went through a lot of pain last year, and obviously we all saw it looking outside. But then we go to office after, you saw the stress they went through, and it was tough with the injuries and January. And we've said that this year, injuries and January, the two things we've got to try and nail this year. But the coaches and what they deliver this season has been phenomenal. The game plans have worked, and although we haven't, there's a bit of a stage when it was all about our home form and results weren't good.
And they've
performances
now turned around.
And you're looking at it and you're going, the numbers are good, we're having loads of chances, we're not missing them.
Yeah.
They ended up turning a little bit, and obviously, hopefully tonight, home game, touch wood again. I keep doing that. We get a positive performance, but individual games, although enjoyable, it's the end goal for us. It's what's the end of our mission and end of our journey.
Absolutely.
And that's not this season, it's not next season, it's what's Wimbledon in the next few years.
Looking at longer term.
100%. We all want to enjoy coming here, don't we?
Yes. And I think we'll all be aware that back end of last season wasn't the most joyful place to come, but this season it's been just fantastic. You come to games looking forward, thinking, we're going to win hopefully 3 or 4 today.
It's all that togetherness is so important, just the fans to the players to it, to the staff, the coaches, everything.
I think that's sort of the baseline of this club. And just sort of looking at your role now and the club, what does your day-to-day look like? Is it down the training ground with Johnny and Terry Skiven and the coaching staff, or
I mix it up. So I do more of our games now than I did last season. So during the week I'll be at the training ground like 2-3 days, and then I'm usually out of games the other night. So I think I went to 6 games in a week a couple of weeks ago. It's mental. I love it. So I'm not a player, I'm not a coach, I'm a fan. So I love going to the games now. So it's doing that. It's putting this together, and then the closer and closer we get to January, the more and more conversations we have. We spent a couple of hours yesterday looking at some players that we might find available. The thing about January is because it's so short, you get things pop up last minute that
There's a bit of a manicness to it, isn't there?
You can prep, and go, we've got plan A here, it's going to work. And then someone will land for your price budget who's better than you thinking, okay, well, let's assess it. So there'll be a bit of both this window, I think, hopefully.
And then when transfer deadline day comes, it all becomes hectic, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, I want deadline day as we had it in the summer.
Yes.
Early night.
Sat at Celtic Manor for Newport, just watching everyone else. But it is what it is, and we'll tackle it as we tackle it. We'll tackle it together.
Absolutely. I think, have we got any highlights to jump into? I think we'll jump into, what ones have we got?
Oh, there's loads this season, isn't there?
Tons, I know. Yeah, should we jump into...
Sutton away's a good one, maybe?
Yeah, Sutton away. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a very good one.
Should we jump in?
Is that me, yeah?
There we go. Highlights there from our victory away to Sutton early on in the season.
What a brilliant day it was.
Oh, what a day. The sun was shining. It was really warm. And there was tons of goals. And we don't talk about the half-time entertainment, where someone may or may not have failed to hit the crossbar and the target.
I forgot about that. You running through the sprinklers. That's what I remember seeing.
There's a chance here for me to get myself a little bit of credit, right? I have, well, you can't see my trainers on, but they have no grip. And I'm thinking, I'm running onto a wet football pitch. If I stack it, that is worse than anything possible I could do with the ball making contact with my foot.
Yeah.
And the whole thing we were given was run on, kick it as hard as you can, and leave. I don't think I could stand and wait and.
Because that was on the
best shoes.
I
thought it was really harsh that you had to run from the halfway line.
Yeah, I was knackered.
Through the sprinklers.
Yeah.
I was knackered, I was soaked.
It was funny. Don't get wrong, right? We laughed our heads off and basically made sure that no one knew we were associated with you.
Yeah,
just
fair. I would probably do the same.
Because you missed so quickly. But I did feel for you a little bit when I saw you having to run on.
The issue was, I had a couple of beers, and the guy came up to me and he went, "Do you want to go and do a crossbar challenge?" And in my head, I was like, "Oh yeah, this will be funny." And I spent the whole first half like bricking it, thinking this is not going to go well. And a couple of the boys were like, "We really shouldn't have said yes to this." And by the time we said yes, we couldn't get out of it. Yeah. And I can say
it's something we don't do down here, though. Not saying we should do that. But
not get me on the pitch at half time. No one wants to see that.
No, but I always like at half time. Like I remember seeing, I think in Northampton there was two. One at Northampton where they used to have the boot of a car open, and you had to try and get the ball into the boot. Right? I don't think you won the car.
That'd be class.
You might well have. And then there was another one, right? I can't remember where it was, right? But they had to put, you put your stick on the ground, you have to run round on your head and then kick a football. They're always hilarious, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? So maybe we need to do something at half time, don't we?
I think if someone asked me to get involved, I'll happily abstain from proceedings. But someone else can definitely.
I would give it a shot, to be honest.
Hey, look, there's some where you can win, like some in America do things where you can win, like.
Oh, serious money, yeah. Like basketball one's a half-time shot, like they win serious money. It's crazy.
Yeah, not we can afford to give you much away here.
We have a lot of new fans as well. We have fans coming from different countries. They could get involved in this stuff as well.
Yeah,
that'll be better.
However, half-time festivities aside, what are we looking to today, boys? Should we have a guess at what's going to go on?
A positive bounce back from Sutton. That's what I want. Just 3 points would do me, to be honest.
Me too.
No.
There we go. Oh, look at that. It's almost like you were reading the comment.
Tony Roth there. I know, Tony. Used to work with
bounce
Tony.
back after Sutton, and we're due to give a team a right hiding. I think it will be tonight. 5-0. Come on, you Dons.
Well, I'm not saying anything about Mick Dorr, but Mick Dorr did say 5-0 on Boxing Day. Mick, I've actually forgot that. But
yeah, he's positive.
I don't know. Do you know what we look at? We've only lost back-to-back games once this season. Accrington and Morecambe. But that's the only time we have. So. One thing I like about this team is I think there's a resolve to they would not want to lose 2 games.
Well, when we spoke to Joe Lewis, he was saying that, wasn't he? He said, we conceded 4 goals, nothing changed. We went back into training and we carried on and we bounced back. Dan Baker, they need to get a T-shirt cannon.
I think Jack Curry said something like that as well.
You know what a T-shirt cannon is? Where you fire T-shirts into the crowd.
Oh really?
Yeah. Have you not seen them No. They do it at the Oval for the cricket, but they do it in America.
Why would you do that? How much do you have to spend on all those shirts?
Yeah.
Sorry, I just thought it was some. I don't know what it was. Any other ideas of what we can do at half time? They're not going to happen, but
Tell us. But talking about Joe Lewis, like that bounce back and how well the team came back from conceding 8 goals in a week to then get back and playing some seriously good football.
I think that's what Jack Curry said in his interview after the game. We're going to bounce back. So.
Yeah. And it's nice to see these young players coming out and really being positive. They're not hiding from the limelight. They're standing there and they're taking it sort of as it is, and that's really exciting to see. I think especially with the academy boys, they seem to have, obviously Joe Lewis is on loan, but Jack Curry, an academy boy, he's got some serious steel about him, and you want that. Our players come through and they play because they love the club. You see it with Isaac Ogundere and Hussein Bailey. It means everything to them to step onto that pitch, and that's all we ask for as fans. So.
Exactly.
Definitely. Tommy Hillmeyer. Yes, there's not a link from here, but you can go to the Wimbledon website.
Absolutely.
And I follow it is because it's not a Saturday, it's a Friday. No one has any idea what day it is, do we?
It's between Christmas and New Year's, so just lose track.
So if you go to the Wimbledon website, go onto the iFollow, and it is £10 English, I believe, to watch the game tonight. Yeah, it hasn't gone up. Probably will do now, just say that with inflation.
Jinxed it.
£10 English ain't bad at all for the iFollow. See if you can. Have we got any other comments at all? Any other half-time games that I've never heard of?
Our hero Ali Al-Hamidi.
Going off today. Our hero as well.
Yeah, obviously Ali recently been called up to the Asia Cup squad for Iraq, so that's from the 2nd to the 6th of January. So I imagine that today will be his last game before heading off.
Yeah, I believe Forest Green may be his last game.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Johnny did say I think he may be playing.
Did he?
That was more my assumption and probably wasn't.
Yeah, I think there was a bit of an whether we would.
Yeah.
I think Iraq got a training camp, is that right?
Yes.
And then they got friendly on the SIP on Ipswich at home that day.
Because actually it's in Qatar. Everything's in Qatar at the moment, isn't it? Let's be fair. But that's not a bad place. Not a bad place to go to, is it? For 3 weeks. Of course, he'll be trying to make sure he gets through on that side of it. Shall we have a look at one more game before what game are we going to pick? So we've got Coventry or we've got Notts County.
Notts County, I think that was a serious game.
Let's have a look back. So this is probably one of our best performances back in 2023.
There we go. There was highlights there from a rather emphatic victory over Notts County, 4-2, with 2 penalty scores.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought it? 2 in one game.
Yeah, do you know what? My son was mascot for that game, and we left at half time because he was so tired. And I was on the way home listening to the game. Well, I was listening to the game on radio. I think it was Radio 5 where they had certain updates.
Yes.
So I knew we were 2-0 up, and then all of a sudden he just went, oh, it's 2-2. And I'm like, one second, I didn't even know the first goal had gone in. And then there was nothing for. And then suddenly went, oh, Wimbledon have won 4-2, and I must have jumped out. And my son thought, what are you doing? It was horrible. I don't know. I know
it was great resilience to come back, though. It was great resilience to come back. So many times we'd be 2-0 up, we'd be 2-2, and then you'd lose 3-4-2. But
the Wimbledon in the past couple of seasons.
Yeah, absolutely. And this seemed like a different beast altogether. Yeah. Shall we jump into some last bit of team news and then get some predictions, and then we'll head off to our seats?
Happy days.
There we go. There's our team again. Confirmation of the starting 11. Alex Bass in goal. Ryan Johnson, Joe Lewis, centre back partnering. Fullbacks, Jack Curry, Hussein Byler. I'm going to go against Stu's formation on the screen. I believe it's a midfield 3. Conor Lemhay Evans, Armani Little and Jake Reeves just in the middle of those 2. Omar Bugil in the middle behind Ali Al-Hamadi and Josh Davison. Exciting team. Should we get some predictions?
Yeah, I'm not too sure, to be honest. We won't lose.
Oh no. Oh no.
I don't know. I don't think it's going to be... I don't know. This team bounces back well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's got a good... I don't believe any of those went out on Boxing Day. I reckon... Look, Jack Curry, that's the most moodiest I've seen him in an interview for a little while.
Yeah.
So I reckon it would have hurt. So I reckon...
8, no, I'm joking.
It'll be a clean sheet. So let's go for 2-0.
Also, just another further point of when I said that we keep a clean sheet against who was it we played? Swindon, yeah. And everyone went, oh no, so Alex Bass could keep when he keeps a clean sheet.
You did. I laughed at you. I know. I did
laughed, but who's laughing?
I did think that at the end. I was going to mess you and go, you were right, but I didn't want to give you a big head. But I was amazed that we kept a clean sheet. And also the funny thing about it, slipping onto the January transfer window, is Kemp and Young are both on loan. So how crazy is that?
If they get recalled.
I think one's from Bradford. That makes no sense at all.
And the other is from a team we won't name. Reece, what is your prediction for today?
I'm going to say 2-0 as well. I just want 3 points. I think if we bounce back in any sort of way, then we can go positive into Forest Green on New Year's Day.
I'm going to be even more positive, which is unlike me on this show. I'm going to go. I wish 15. No, 3-0. I think.
Yeah.
I think Josh Davison's going to get a goal early on, and then Ali will do his usual business.
He's been really good recently, Josh Davison.
Ali will do his usual business and get a couple of.
One thing I will say, it's a lot of empty seats in here today, isn't there?
Yeah, people are still
in the bar.
Now,
it's like, well, I've been drinking all Christmas, so that's where I'm going to
carry on. Yeah.
We've also got some fans behind the goal there as well, which is good.
Absolutely, yeah.
One section that's not. But anyway, so I'll go through that.
There we go. Shall we wrap it up there?
Yeah, I do.
I think. There we go. That is all for our pre-match show before Wimbledon take on Colchester United here at the Cherry Red Record Stadium in Sky Bet League 2. We'll be here for the post-match show about 15-20 minutes after the final whistle, and hopefully maybe be joined by a player.
We will have a player. We will definitely have a player.
Definitely have a player. There we go. Confirmation from Stuart Deakins.
Who? I don't know. I'll basically just hang around the change room and just go, look, can you come on, please? Do you know what I mean?
Please. There we go. Anyways, we'll see you then.